so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much. A drastic measure to address the issue. And in the process of addressing that issue, everything is on board. Everything needs to be considered. And we tell you that your enemy cannot be our enemy. Just like our spokesperson has said, I trust him 101%. He has proven himself. From every indication, from the very moment Mazen Nanka was kidnapped up to date, he has proven himself. We have seen what he has done. We have seen his consistency. We have seen the differences he has made. We have heard his word, we have heard his statement, we have seen his pursuit of freedom. It is more than genuine. Very, very genuine that you can never imagine. And that is why the Biafran people are standing behind him. That is why Biafran people are obeying and supporting every single statement he made. If you refuse to listen to Master Simon Ekpa, it is at your own risk. If you are a Biafran, if you are a Biafran today and you don't listen to Master Simon Ekpa, you are at your own risk. Whatever happens to you, you will be definitely responsible for that. If you are a Biafran, you claim to be, except you are not a Biafran. But if you are a Biafran and you do not listen to Master Simon Ekpa, the spiritual son of Mazen Nandekan, a man that is building on the foundation of Mazen Nandekan, you don't listen to him, you have yourself to blame. That is why I laugh when I see some of them who claim that they love Mazen Nandekan. Mazen Nandekan is your leader. You call Mazen Nandekan your spirit leader. And you so much preach about command and control. And your spiritual leader told you, whatever Master Simon Ekpa says goes. Do not speak against him. Do not attack him. Mazen Nandekan gave that instruction. Told Master Simon Ekpa to run the affairs of the IPOB until he joins back. You couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle it. Even in your wickedness, in your stubbornness, Master Simon Ekpa left you and he went his own way. Autopilotedly with a group of members of genuine IPOB members. Genuine IPOB members, today they are autopiloted. Doing great work, doing great job, doing marvelous things on their side. And yet, seeing everything that is happening, just say, if you can tell yourself truth, check every single thing that Mazen Simon Ekpa has done since Mazen Nandekan was kidnapped. That is exactly what Mazen Nandekan would have done if it with us, even more. But it is so painful that the same people that claim to be with Mazen Nandekan, claim to love Mazen Nandekan, claim to be members of IPOB, today they are standing against everything that Mazen Nandekan have preached. They are standing against every command of Mazen Nandekan, standing against the legacy of Mazen Nandekan. All the instructions from Mazen Nandekan, they have disobeyed from A to Z. And yet, they shamelessly come to their platform and call Mazen Nandekan their supreme leader. They say they are following Mazen Nandekan. Chukwu Okekabiyama is going to set your camp on fire. Chukwu Okekabiyama will set your camp on fire. It is only happening. It is already happening. You can't escape it. Mazen Nandekan, who has given his life, everything he has, to save you and to save me. How do you pay him back? You pay him back with hatred. You pay him back with disobedience. You pay him back by destroying his legacy. And you think it will be well with you. It will never ever go well with you. The only way you can run away from the calamity that is coming is to apologize, turn a new leaf, and listen to the spokesperson of Biafra, Master Simon Ekpa. who is today standing in for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And I say it with all boldness. Every single thing that Mazen Simon Ekpa are doing today, they are the plans laid down by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The only thing that Mazen Simon Ekpa is doing today is to cement that very plan and add more fuel to it, add more oil where necessary to make sure it is working. Activate it more. That is what Mazen Simon Ekpa is doing, and he's doing it excellently well. Mazen Simon Ekpa has never deviated from the plans that laid down by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He has never deviated from that way. He is pursuing the struggle of Biafra in the line with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is why I laugh when somebody come and preach Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and you are calling for the arrest of Mazen Simon Ekpa. You preach Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and you are against Mazen Simon Ekpa. That is how stupid some people are. Is it just stupidity? It is not stupidity, it's just wickedness, arrogance, jealousy, envy. Because you are not the one. Why is it going to be Mazen Simon Ekpa? Why is it going to be him? Why is it not you? Of course, if you are doing the right thing, if you're man enough, it will be you. But because your heart is so dark and evil that you cannot be able to pick up the right informations, every one of us knew, we all know, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave instruction, express instruction, that nobody should hold any protest in Biafra land. Because we know the enemy we are dealing with. We are dealing with a wicked Pharaoh who will not spare anybody, who will not listen to anything until he does what is in his mind. A wicked Pharaoh that is willing to take life at every given point. And you see now what is happening. I saw one tweet that was posted where somebody was posted where a policeman was saying that they gave them an express instruction to take the life of anybody that is a member of IPOB posting something that has to do with Biafra or talk about Biafra. Talking about Biafra has become a death sentence in the Zoological Republic. In 21st century, mere asking for self-determination becomes a death penalty. And this order was given to the military, to the police in the Zoological Republic. That is why each time they see a Biafra processor, they don't even need to need order. They open fire on you. Once they see you with Biafran Peloponnary, they open fire on you. How long shall we continue to tolerate this evil? How long shall we continue to permit this atrocity? We cannot continue. Enough is enough. It is high time we walk away from this timidity and declare our stance. And that is what the Biafran people are doing today. And for those who are bent on taking the life of Biafran people, intimidating and threatening Biafran people, if you think that your threat can make us to change our stance, you're wasting your goddamn time. Your threat will only make Biafrans stronger. Your threat will only make Biafrans see more reason why they should fight. The attack on Biafran people, the intimidation, the killing, and all we are doing against Biafran people will only make them more strong. It will only make them see more reasons to stand up and fight for that which is right. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying from any angle they understand it from. Who cares? We are pursuing our freedom. The movement has been a peaceful movement right from the onset. They continue to take the life of Biafran people, attack at every given point in time, until we got to where we are today, where we have decided to defend ourselves. And in the defense of Biafrans, we are preparing at all angles, at all length. That is why I love my spokesperson, Mazen Simon Ekpa, doing a great job. And he has said it again, that when he unveils our next move, the whole world will be shocked. He's busy making allies. When our next ally is being revealed, you'll be shocked. And he gave the hint and said, your friend cannot be our friend. Your enemy cannot be our enemy. And you cannot make enemies for us.
We know those who are for us and those who are against us. If you are not with us, you are against us. And there is nothing you can do to cajole us or to push us to the wall to make us do things differently. It is impossible. We are going to fight you with everything in our life. We are going to set ourselves free from this captivity. No matter what the world says, no matter what they do, we are going to draw our own pathway and we follow it to the last. Every Biafran all over the world, the time has come for you to give your support to the auto-piloted IPOB. Today, the fundraising is going to go on the ESM fundraising. Be there at the ESM fundraising and support the ESM fundraising. Anytime you hear about ESM fundraising, be there. It is for your own sake. The donation is not to Master Simon Epra, neither is it to Madam Azoka or anybody. No. It is not for any media warrior member, not for the Umadas, not for ordinary Biafra. It is for the whole of Biafra, for their freedom. It is for your own security. It is for your own safety. This is the foundation that I've led by Mazen Nandekano for you and I, for us to be safe. And we have to do something to defend and protect that very foundation. Nobody's going to do it for you. It is you and you alone. We must do something to defend that foundation led by Mazen Nandekano. Mazen Nandekano have done everything he has to do for you and I. He has given us a pathway to freedom. What else do you want him to do? He has lost his parents in the cause of defending you. He has lost his own liberty in cause of defending you. He has left his own family in the cause of defending you. He gave up his career in the cause of defending you. What else do you need from Mazen Nandekano? And up to today, he's putting his own life on the line and saying that if it is his life that is going to bring Biafra, so be it. Take it and give him Biafra. How many of you today in that Zuleka Republic can be able to stand and put their life on the line for their people? Which governor, which senator, which those that call themselves members of Cowardice and elites, which of them can stick their neck out for their people? Look at the case of Mazen Nandekano, where he has been granted victory in the court. The court said he is innocent, he should be let go. And the federal government have refused to let Mazen Nandekano go. Up to today, the elite cannot stand up their ground and say, let him go. The politicians cannot come out and make a case and say, let him go, he's free. Ohanes and Igbo cannot boldly protest and demand for the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekano, even when Mazen Nandekano have already won his victory. Every one of them is really livid and scared and caged. Nobody want to face, nobody want to risk his own life because of fear. How long will you continue to live in fear? It's been said that a coward dies 1,000 times before his death. And that is what is happening to the elite in Biafra land. So many of them have died thousands of times before their real death. And it will continue to happen. So many of them are already losing their life before their real death. And how long will you continue to move in that path of cowardice? You must stand up to the task. Stand up to the game. Stand up to the music. Don't allow anybody to intimidate you, frustrate you, or stand you, begin to bully you around. You must not accept that. A time has come when we have to rise up and take that which belongs to us. Stand up to the occasion. Fight the battle the best way you can and win it. Not just fighting the battle. You fight the battle the best way you can and you win the battle. And we must win that battle. No matter what they say, no matter what they do. It doesn't matter to us. We don't care. In this generation, the Biafrans of today, we are not leaving any stone unturned on going back home. And I bet you, the movement back into Biafra land have started already. And we are going to go back home. No amount of intimidation will stop us. No amount of blackmail, arrest, and kidnap will stop us. You see that traditional ruler who they have arrested. If they don't release that man, they are going to get it hot. It will be an eye for an eye. If anything happens to that traditional ruler, it will be an eye for an eye. As long as that man is bold enough to come out and speak on behalf of the Biafran people, the Biafran people will stand behind him 101%. As long as he was bold enough to stand for his own people, he was arrested because he's speaking on behalf of his own people. The Biafran people will stand behind him, and nothing must happen to him. How I wish every other traditional ruler, how I wish the so-called Ohanes and Igbo, how I wish all these politicians can be able to be speaking out for us, at least make a case for Biafra and see how they'll be defended. You think that we will fold our hand and watch any Biafran kidnapped unnecessarily? You think we will fold our hand to watch any Biafran insulted unnecessarily? No matter what happened, no matter the crime or atrocity they have committed, we will not allow you abuse or insult any of our elders. We will not allow that. Look at the fight we are putting up for the Igbos, the Biafrans in Lagos State today. The Biafrans in Lagos State who have refused blatantly to support what we are doing for a very long time. Even while Mazen Nanekon was with us, he called upon them and they refused to pay attention. Mazen Samaneko have called on them several times, they refused to pay attention. But today, it has befallen on them. And they are crying right, left, and center. I saw one of the videos where a Biafran went and committed suicide after he have lost everything he has. A man that has shops where he's doing his business, all of a sudden lost everything overnight. All his shops, about 3 to 4 shops, were burnt down with goods inside. You know what that means? You know how many billions he have lost? And he couldn't handle it. The man went and hung himself. This is just one out of many. Many Biafran people have been frustrated because of wickedness. We saw it coming. That is why I tell people that we see the end from the beginning. We don't wait for it to happen to us before we begin to come. Before it happens, we will warn you. When we are telling you to stay away from the election, put yourself away from it. So that the whole world will know that you are not part of it, you don't legitimize it, that you don't have anything to do with it. Because we knew that even when you decide to go and participate, it will not count. Your election will not count, your vote will not count. And the most annoying one is that even for the fact that your vote will not count, they won't stop there. They will now turn the whole thing against you, to fight against you, simply because you wanted to vote. If the problem was just that your vote will not count, it is kind of manageable. But not only that your vote did not count, it brought death to you, brought destruction, brought hatred to you. Lives and properties lost unnecessarily for no just cause. And today you see Biafrans committing suicide. The Biafran people are not known for suicide anywhere in the world. Biafran people, this is one thing we don't participate in. Biafrans can do anything, but committing suicide is not part of Biafran culture. Biafrans are not. We are very, very strong in terms of endurance and perseverance. We start from the grassroots and we build ourselves onto the top where we go. But today, it has become a different ball game. Look at the frustration they have placed upon Biafrans. People are taking their life because they can't handle it anymore. They can't handle it anymore. How can you be a slave in your own land? Biafrans are freeborn. This is something that is genetic. We are freeborn. The Biafran slaves that we are taking to the United States could not be able to stay and serve as slaves. The history is there. Go and read it up. Biafrans who were taken to United States of America for slavery, they couldn't stand this. They walked into the river and drowned themselves. That instead they will be alive and serve as a slave, they better go down. And they walked into the river and drowned themselves instead of being a slave. That is how much the Biafrans value their freedom. That is how much the Biafrans know whom they are. They are not servants. Biafrans are princes, kings, and queens. And we pursue it and follow it unapologetically. We don't just claim it, we work towards it and we earn it. Whatever any Biafran has, any place you see him in the planet Earth, he worked for it. He earns it through hard work. Biafrans are hardworking. You can't take it away from them. Even though the contraption called Nigeria today is trying to change the mindset of the Biafran people, trying to change the mindset of the youth to take away their mind from hard work. That is one of the greatest damage the contraption called Nigeria is doing to the mindset of the Biafran people. Damaging the mindset of the youth, making them to believe that hard work doesn't pay. Making them to believe that just being a politician and sell your own people make you rich. Making them know that the fraud is the only way you can succeed. Making them know that if you don't go in a crooked way, you cannot be able to succeed. That is what the Zoological Republic is planting into the head of the Biafran people. That you cannot earn a legitimate living. You cannot do something legitimately and you succeed. When the Zoological Republic see you going in a legitimate way, they are going to frustrate your business to the extent that you have to have no choice than to key into that their own standard of living. And that is what they are doing. Bribery and corruption to all levels. The more you are trying to run away from it, the more they throw it to you and choke it to your neck. They get you frustrated to the extent you begin to believe that there is no way out except from being fraudulent. They make you to believe that lie, and they make you to live that lie even when you don't want to. That is how dangerous the contraption called Nigeria is. That is one of the greatest damage they are doing to us, to our youths, making our youths not to believe in hard work. Today you see movies and videos going around about Okit and Okit this and Okit that. The youths are now looking for a shortcut to wealth, all thanks to the Zoological Republic. That is the damage they are doing to us. And this is why we do not want to be part of it anymore. You had a broadcast of our spokesman where he said that if you want to end fraud that you see in Nigeria today, when you are hearing about fraud in Nigeria, Nigerians are fraudsters, they are criminals. If you want to end it, you must have to end Nigeria. As long as that entity called Nigeria continues to exist, the fraudulent attitude of the people will continue to increase. They will continue to be a threat to other nations in fraud. It will continue to be a threat. If you want to end it and want to have a better country and make every other nation safe, you must have to end it. It doesn't only end it there. If you want to save the world, because now the kind of terrorist activity that is going in Nigeria, it is going to go international very soon. Their plan is to take over Biafran land, take over the affairs of things in Biafran land and in Nigeria, and use the money to sponsor terrorism. They have started it already. It is not even they are planning. They have started it already. The federal government of Nigeria is making every effort, supporting, sponsoring terrorism. Every now and again, you hear on news the release of members of Boko Haram. They will tell you that they have rehabilitated them. They don't only release them, they release them and introduce them into the military, introduce them into the police. And you see that as nothing wrong. You don't see anything wrong in that. You see those evil happen before your own very eyes, and you don't see anything wrong in that. I don't know what you're waiting for.